Hey everyone, welcome to this week's live session. So today's live, we're going to go into a client case study where one of the clients who joined the TAP system, he signed up, well, he got 101 martial arts leads within a week, and it's actually more, which he's just sent me an updated version. So today's one, I wanted to kind of dive a bit more deeper into this and explain to you why is it that it works, how come he got such a great result, and also the reasons of why you might be finding that some ads work, some ads don't work. Also, we'll be going over why it's really important to be very responsive to your ads. So there's actually going to be 5 points that I'm going to go over in today's session, and then basically kind of give you ideas to why something works and why it doesn't, and hopefully that can give you a good idea as to what you should be doing and aiming towards, because in the day having a system is really important for any business, especially for your martial arts school. And then also, how do you actually get these kind of leads? How do you actually convert them as well? So I'm going to cover all these topics today's training session. So it's going to be a great one. As usual, if you don't know who I am, there's a lot of new people in this group. My name is Swapnil. I help martial arts school owners double their members within 90 days using social media ads. So with this, I'm going to go over first, show you actually proof first, because at the end of the day, it's very easy for people to say, look, yeah, my client got this and that, while in fact, some people might be lying, you don't know. But the thing is that I've worked with over 200 schools, nearly coming close to 300 now, really. So this has been a very tried and tested thing. So before I get started, firstly, big hello to everyone who's joined me live. So let me know in the comments, where are you tuning in from? Just say your name, say where you're from or something, and it'll put some engagement as well. More people in the group will get to see it, and also it's good for me to know who's on as well, because when you're talking to yourself, it's a bit weird sometimes. So firstly, I wanted to go over basically this topic today. So really, if you can hear me as well, let me know and just say yes in the comment, just so that I know you guys can hear me fine. So let's see, oh brilliant, we've got people from Australia, Norway. I know there's a lot of people from the US as well, and I know who the one from Norway is Frode, who's the case study, really. Brilliant, guys, you can hear me, so that's awesome. Thank you for joining live, appreciate your time as well. So let's get straight into it. As usual, with these trainings, this is the first time you're on here. I go live every week in this group. I think from next week onwards, it's going to become on Thursdays, but I'll let you guys know anyway early on in the group. And basically, these sessions are me showcasing results, and as well as teaching you and showing you stuff that's working right now. Because as you know, the online advertising game keeps changing. There's lots of new rules that come in. You see some ads work, some ads don't. If you're boosting stuff, you might see that's not working that well, but you can use boost in a different kind of way. And then also basically understanding why is it certain things work or not. So let's get straight into it, because a lot of you guys come on today, so I'm really happy that you're here. So let's go first with, I'm going to go over the 5 points, and then I've got some screenshots and stuff to show you. But before I get started, let's go into the proof side, really. So here is where you'll be able to see in the group. If you're in the group already, you'll see this. I made this post. This is an actual post. Is that actually from Frode? And I hope, Frode, I know you're on live. I hope you don't mind me sharing this stuff and also the message you just sent me, because Frode is, he was at 49 members, and I'm sure he's going to go over 100 very quickly. But he's had 69 paid already so far. So you can see this is the actual message that he sent me. So it's actually a real case study. So but yeah, basically the reason why it's worked is this. Really, is this 5 points I want to go over with you. Firstly, let me come back to myself and I'll give you a headache there. So first one is this: figure out who do you want to serve, because this is a really important step that a lot of people skip. They go straight into writing ads. They don't really do the research right. They don't know who they're trying to target. They're always trying to do one ad for everyone. And this is such an important step that some people actually do this, where in the TAP system, we teach this to you, to how to do it properly and how to actually distill it properly as well. Because there's one thing doing research, customer research and stuff, you might send surveys out and things, but you just don't get really good answers at all from people. So this is the first thing that you would need to be doing, is figure out who do you want to serve? Who is it that you're trying to target? Because this step is really important to know first. Otherwise, your marketing is not going to be on point, because it's not going to actually speak to what the reasons as to why they want to even do it. Second point, which is probably the most important thing out of the lot, I've seen this has made a massive difference, is understanding how do you do copy. What I mean by copy is the ad bit itself, the bit that you write on there. You know, that is such an important step, because there is you might have had this where you worked with agencies in the past, or you worked with some other coaches, maybe, I don't know. But the thing is, you'll find that the ads are very generic. They're very simple. They look the same as your competitors. So how do you actually make your stuff look different is understanding how to write good copy. Now, this is something that I pulled out from a masterclass that I did not long ago. But I thought it'd be good to share this with you anyway, just to kind of show you, like, let me share the screen. So here, as you can see, if I move this stuff out of the way so you don't get headache. So like writing a successful ad, I mean, this is like quite a generic one really itself, but I actually know Derek, to be fair, so I'm sure you won't mind me sharing this. But the thing is, you need to have these kind of elements. This is obviously for an agency itself, but the thing is, we're calling out the audience, you know, talking about the desires. Empathy is a huge thing. People miss this out. Empathy is very important to have. Having a good hook, curiosity. And then, you know, this is the top bit that I'm talking about. This is the copy stage, which is important. In this app system itself, we have quite long copy because we use a slightly different tactic where we go more into like education style. So you want to, when you're approaching ads, you want to be having a lot of stuff that you put in there, which is like to do with the pains and the reason as to why someone wants to come and train with you. Really, really important. I've tested this across the board. It's one of my clients that I do, like a lot of you guys know, I work with Matt Fides. So I've done all of his Australia ads now as well. And the new copy has just smashed it. It really is. And he's even said that it's the lowest cost that they've ever got. And it is because of the copy itself. It's very different to what generally out there you see. So having stuff like this is really important. Now, these are the main things that Frode did as well. And I hope Frode doesn't mind me saying this, but the thing is, before his ads, he has done ads before, but they just were not as effective. And when you do it in this kind of way, I mean, he was getting what, as on this here, on that, let me see that screenshot, he's getting like £2 per lead, adults £4, you know, no, £5, £4, you know, it ranges across the board. But the way you need to be doing this is understanding copy is the huge thing, because you will find like building out the system stuff itself. Like let me show you what the tap system is itself. But the thing is, when you're building out your system, you want to actually do it this way, which is, here we go. I'm hoping you can see that. One sec. So here's the actual tap system itself. You know, there's elements in here where you got like basically the ad side of things, and you got the offer page, thank you page. We utilize retargeting, very different to everyone else out there. And then of course this follow-up process itself is very important. Oop, clicked the wrong button. So having this follow-up process, once it loads, sorry, click the wrong button. So this email structure, we write emails in a very different way. Obviously, whenever you have leads that come through, you want to have you want to be very responsive with them as quickly as possible. This stat here I wanted to share with you as well. Here we go. Got a lot of things open, but I wanted to share quite a lot of stuff today. So here is something that you'll see, how important it is to get in touch with people very quickly. Now, this is a huge thing, because if you can get in touch with people within the first 5 to 10, 15 minutes, you can see within 5 minutes how much important it is. You actually 10x your results. It's very, very important to be able to do this. And the way you do this is having a system like this where it allows you to do it. Otherwise, if you're doing the older way where you need to go and download things and stuff like that, it can actually take a bit of time. Frode's just about to start implementing this stuff, but because his copy is so good and the offer, which is actually the next step, which is my next point, it makes a big difference because people actually want what you have. So having things like this make a huge difference. And this is actually the system itself. And then having retargeting and then messenger campaigns as well on top of it makes it a very layered approach of approaching marketing. So makes a huge difference having it this way. Let me come back to myself here. So Next point is an offer. An offer makes and breaks every campaign. You can have really crap copy, but if your offer is just amazing, it will still convert very highly. So the offer, to be honest, probably should be number one, really. But the thing is that all of these points are very important. But if you can approach your offer in a way where it's not the same as what your competitors is using, putting elements in there that make it different, you will find that your ad campaigns will just blow up in a good way. You'll find that people will want to actually come and train with you just because they're finding that this kind of info, that the stuff that you're giving, is totally different to everyone else. Because there is a reason I call it the tap system, because in the day, if I went out there and just said, look, I do Facebook ads, you'll categorize me as every other Facebook ads agency. And it's not just Facebook ads. I'm just showing you the whole system. You all have your own system of teaching. I know every single person in this group, even though you do teach martial arts and some of you do similar styles and stuff, you have your own method. Everyone has their own method because that's how you learn yourself. So this is where you want to incorporate this stuff in your offer, and you want to actually tell people this kind of stuff in your copy as well. So this is really important. Understanding how to create offers is a huge thing. I'm actually about to do, hopefully in a week's time, I'm going to be doing a full maybe 90-minute masterclass in the tab system about offer creation, because it's such a huge thing that it can actually make and break any campaign, really. So next point is having a system, like I just showed you already, this one. So having a system that actually does the work for you. You're not out there like a majority, I know people in the UK don't tend to use that much on the system size. I know in the US and stuff that you guys do, but the thing is, when you're actually chasing people in Messenger, you're actually trying to wait, and you have these anxiety feelings, like because you haven't contacted a lead in time, because you might think, shit, I'm going to lose this person. You know, when you have a system in place which does the nurturing for you, and you have strategic kind of emails, and you have these retargeting campaigns that actually do the follow-up for you, it makes a huge difference, because this is where it gives you massive amounts of time back. So having a system is, like, you guys run businesses, you know, a system is important, but having a marketing system is even more important, because if you don't have good lead flow, if you don't have good quality leads coming in, unfortunately, you just don't have a business, really. It doesn't matter how good you are on sales, but if you can't get them people to walk through your door, there's no point. I think sales and marketing are hand in hand. But the thing is, when you have this kind of structure and you go through, like, say, this point number one, figuring out who you're after, having amazing copy, you know, taking the time to write copy. Copy is something that can take a little bit of time to understand, but it's such an amazing skill. This is why the people that earn the most in the world are copywriters. You know, there's a reason why. And also having an offer that is not the same as your competition. Don't just keep using the same thing. We do a lot of paid offers as well, which is what Freud has done, and it improves the quality of your lead. But it doesn't mean you can't do free offers. You know, you can make your free offer really enticing for people, where they're like, wow, I want to check out. But yeah, I always get into it. People always ask me, should you be doing free or paid? I think you should do both. You should test them both. But the thing is, yes, paid is always going to get you a better clientele, really. Now, the next thing, which is another thing which Freud and I would say has made a huge difference, is obviously having this system. But then the fifth point is images. Images is something that I see most people don't test properly. They are aware, or they've heard of it, that, yeah, I might have to do it here and there, but they just don't do it still. But the thing is, having images and having the right kind of images and knowing how to test it in the back end of Facebook is huge, because this is what drops your cost per lead. This is where we look at click-through rates and all this kind of stuff. This is where Facebook actually gives you data in the back end of the ads manager. You can look there and it will tell you exactly what the stats are, and it gives you indications whether your ad is going to perform well or not. So, like, one of the big things about people in general, and this is even with me when I was first doing it, is that whenever ads are going and there is a period that the ads will crash, which is just normal, but then how do you know whether to leave it running or not? This is the stats that you need to be looking at. Images is one of the biggest one that make your costs go lower. So this is where you need to test images. That alone, if you're trying to think, okay, my ad costs are huge this time, or there's something like this, is think about creative. Your ad copy and your ads, your images is the main thing really itself. The image is going to stop the scroll, which is gives signals to Facebook, knowing that the customer journey and customer experience is good here. Let's give them lower cost kind of stuff. So obviously there's a few more elements to this, but I'm giving you more of a higher level approach to this. But having this kind of system where you're going over these 5 points will just completely change your marketing itself. And of course, as I'm going through this, guys, let me know, have you done any of this kind of stuff? What's resonating with you as well out of these 5 points? Because I only had 5 points to go over, because like these sessions each week, I don't want to make them long, really. End of the day, you're busy, so am I. I want to just give you the tactics, give you the stuff that you need to be doing. And of course, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I will answer these for you. These sessions are supposed to be 2 ways as well. So if you have anything that you want to ask, feel free. I'll put them up on the screen and ask it for you as well, and answer it for you. Sorry, ask it. So let me recap this, because I know I've zipped through that pretty quickly. But the thing is that once you have these elements in, which is like I kind of showed you like the structures and stuff, but basically this first one is really important. This is what, if you're sat there thinking, how do I write good copy? Figuring out who you're actually going to serve is actually just going to help you with that side of thing. Secondly, is the copy itself. What do you actually put in the ad? How do you actually get this? How do you make it so enticing? Having persuasive language in there is very, very important. So if you want to go in there, go and have a read of people that are good copywriters. I mean, there's quite a few around there, but literally just put copywriting in Amazon or Audible. If you listen to like what I do, you'll find there's tons. There's some really good ones in there that I've learned from. Eugene Schwartz is a really good one. Breakthrough Advertising. If you've not come across that before, definitely find that. That'll show you the elements of where people are and basically the buyer's journey, because people are different awareness. There's a different awareness for each person. So like if you're trying to target someone who's ready to buy now, your copy is going to be a lot shorter. But if you're going to target someone that is thought about martial arts maybe or is not really sure, then your copy tends to be a little bit longer. So it's understanding the buyer's journey is really important, where people are and stuff. And then of course, third point, which is really important, offer creation. Offer creation is really important. You need to know this kind of stuff. How do you kind of make offers stand out? Think out the box. Think like, put things in there that your competition's probably not thought about. You're probably doing loads of things already that you just haven't not even put it in there. Like generally what I always see people doing is just having 2 things in their offer, which is just free uniform and the what it is really. But you can actually break that down further and make it much more enticing for people so that they understand, because you expect people to know what it is without, not everyone knows exactly what martial arts does. So you need to actually portray and tell them what it is and stuff. Of course, having a system, this is, pretty obvious. Having a system just saves you massive amounts of time. Who was it? Dan, who went through this. He actually runs a dance school. He used the same system. And he said he's saved him 4 hours of work each day. I think it's more actually, but that's a lot of time to be saved. Imagine what else you could be doing for that time and not having to chase leads and stuff. And then of course, images, really, really important. And also test videos. They do work as well. So hopefully you found that useful. As always, if you want to have a chat with me, you can click. There's a link above. I'll drop it in the chat section as well in a minute. But if you want to have a chat with me and figure out, okay, how can you actually do this for your own school? If you're interested with the TAP system, anything like this call is just a strategy call anyway. It's not a sales call, so don't worry. But book a call with me if you're wondering how to do stuff. Don't just sit back and just try figuring it out yourself, because it'll take you a long time. I've already done the hard work for you. So don't worry, I'm not a salesy person as well. So it's literally, it would just be a chat. So if you're interested, you'll see a link. It's a Calendly link. Just book a call with me. I'll be happy to have a chat with you. If not, no worries. I'm here every week as usual. I'll obviously share a lot of stuff in the group. We've got some interviews coming up as well in the coming weeks from other school owners, which will be great for you guys because you'll be able to hear what's working on their end. And then, of course, I'll, of course, be doing these kind of trainings with you. So, yeah, no worries. Unfortunately, your names don't pop up, so no problem. I hope you found this training useful. Let me know in the chat which bit you found useful. Was there anything in there? Hopefully there was. So, So yeah, you want to make sure you incorporate all of them 5 stuffs, and this is one of the main reasons how Fro's been able to do it. And it's only been a week, really, a bit longer than a week, and he's actually sent me another updated one. I'm pretty sure it's 165 leads now, or 100 something. Is a lot more. Let me see. I'm sure you sent it to me. Yeah, 136. So yeah, you know, end of the day, you can't argue with that. And of course, it's not just random leads, you know. And I hear that problem a lot, that people get like really freebie seekers. The thing is that he's signed up for like over 60 of them already, and well, paid for his course and stuff. So makes a huge difference. Cool. Very good reinforcement. No, my pleasure. If you're finding that your lead cost is going higher, unfortunately I can't see who it is. You need to play around with images. That's a huge one. And then of course you need to have a good offer as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. I wanted to just kind of go straight in, give you the goods, and hopefully that helps you. And if you need to chat with me, you can book a call with me. If not, have an awesome weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care, guys. Bye.